That's not the point, Bulkhead. We have a job to do here, and no problem is insurmountable with the right tools and a little teamwork.
Everyone lend a servo.
Bulkhead, down you, Bumblebee. Come on, Ratchet. You two, Prowl. Hey, where is Prowl?
Just have to know the weak spot.
Yeah, next time, you might want to give us a little more warning.
That would just mess up my timing.
Today we're looking at Transformers Legacy Evolution Animated Universe Prowl on Way I Got It Figured.
The way I got it figured.
What's up, action figure fans? Way I Got It Figured back with another Transformers Legacy Evolution review. This time we're looking at Prowl from Transformers Animated, made into a G1 version of the character. I picked this guy up at Walmart, and we're going to take a look at him. As usual, we're going to look at the package. We're going to talk about the package, get the figure out, talk about his robot mode, you know, get him transformed, look at him in that mode, and then get some final thoughts on him. So, Transformers Animated was a cool show. I did not collect the toys at that time, but, you know, I've seen all the episodes, and, you know, anything, you know, they reimagined the characters all really kind of to a degree, but Prowl, what I would say was the most radically different from what we had seen before. The elements are still there, but he was like a cyber ninja in training, so to speak. And he has a whole arc in there, and at the end of the series he gives his life to restart the Allspark. So it's kind of a cool arc for the character. For me, this is definitely sort of an experiment to see how I like the G1ification of an animated character. Personally, I want all of my figures to play in the same sandbox, so to speak. So, you know, Prime versions of characters are cool because they made them into G1 characters. The only exception, unfortunately, is probably RC because, well, I don't need two RCs. I don't need an alternate universe RC. So, you know, kind of was out on her. But, you know, where they can fit into my collection, then I'll get them. And I'm not going to say that Prowl here fits into my collection because they're G1 Prowls. But, you know, but it is Prowl. So you can bet if they make the following characters, I'm probably going to buy them. Prowl, Megatron, Ultra Magnus, to a lesser degree Optimus Prime, slightly lesser, only slightly, and Soundwave, probably always get those. So so this is a Prowl, and we're going to take a look at him. So starting with his packaging, he is in the standard deluxe box for Transformers Legacy Evolution in this case, and he's got his QR code there. You can scan it if you like. Got some artwork of Prowl here on the side. The standard package, plastic-free packaging with the kind of Autobot side of the artwork. And here's the glamour shot of the figure, the Evo Fusion gimmick. Transforms in 20 steps. Seems like a lot for Deluxe, but hey. And that's about it. So let's get old Prowl out of the package and see what we're dealing with. All right, so we've got Prowl out on the turntable, And he's got his accessories, his 2 shuriyken out with him. And looking, you know, looking pretty good. He doesn't look like a very spindly animated character, but he does kind of look like Prowl. He's got his chevrons on his arms, and he's got wings in a sense. They're not doors this time, but they're there, part of the motorcycle. And you know, he has the obviously longer chin. You can see, you know, his helmet is at least reminiscent of his G1 incarnation. And he looks, you know, pretty decent for a motorcycle guy. Can't complain. Yeah, looking kind of cool. So this figure has some pretty cool articulation. He can obviously splay his arms out side to side. Swivels everywhere. Got all the swivels. Head looks up, looks down. Tilts even a little bit because it's on a ball joint. Has kind of an ab crunch that I'm sure is partially due to transformation. Side swivel. It doesn't appear to be a boot cut, but since his wheels are literally in the middle of his legs, probably we're never going to be able to get that. But he does have the, you know, War for Cybertron era and beyond ankle pivot. So pretty cool as far as articulation goes there. We'll get him transformed into motorcycle mode and be right back. Okay, so here we go. Prowl in motorcycle mode. I'll say the 20 steps definitely was a little challenging. I know somebody's probably laughing at that, but honestly, some of the weird things of his transformation where you just sort of fit these things there, and the tabs on his arms just tend to want to separate. They're held down by tabs, and then just sort of figuring out where his leg position was supposed to go. I didn't use the instructions, I just used the box. I just sort of figured out how to position everything from there. And it's still not 100% right because it's supposed to be down like this. It's supposed to be like this. You're supposed to be able to see this silver. Dealio there. There you go. That's more accurate to how it's supposed to be. And then balancing it on the kickstand is not the easiest either. Obviously it can be done, but it's definitely balancing it. So does it look decent? Sure. Does it roll? Let's see. Yes, it's right here. Doesn't free roll though, but you can see this wheel is rolling, and you can see this wheel is rolling. So there you go. It's pretty decent. You know, the star of the show is definitely, in my opinion, going to be the robot mode. But then again, it always is. I don't buy Transformers for the alt modes in most cases. But yeah, sure, it's a passable, you know, Prowl motorcycle. But as usual, I plan to leave them in robot mode, which will transform them back, do a couple of poses, and get some final thoughts. Alright, so we got Prowl back in robot mode, and you kind of see the genius of the transformation, transforming them back. It's fidgety for sure, but you know, it does work. I wouldn't call it a fun transformation though. You know, it's a transformer, so converting it to a vehicle is part of it, but I don't really find it all that fun. Maybe if I could find one on, I don't know, I can't even really see myself doing that, but if I could find one on clearance or something at some point, you know, I'd probably get one just to leave it in motorcycle mode permanently. But you know, this isn't my Prowl, so to speak. This is animated Prowl, so I don't really see myself doing that. But it is a thought. And so, for his Evo Fusion gimmick, of course, we have to dislodge his shurikens from his legs, which is very cool that he has storage. Gotta say that. I do like that. Storage is good. And you can just sort of slot him into his hands. This hand is actually meant to hold it. He does not have a 5mm port there. On the box, they do have him holding both, so we're gonna make it work. There we go. Well. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. So this hand obviously is meant to accommodate the shuriken. His right hand, which, you know, would allow him to hold some sort of blaster weapon, doesn't. You have to kind of cheat it. And so it's in there, but I'm definitely cheating it. So there's that. I don't know why. Well, I know why they would make it like that, obviously, but I don't know that I enjoy it. I'll put it that way. So there you go. Prowl with his Evo Fusion gimmick and his weapon storage and a, you know, fairly decent pose. And now we'll move on to final thoughts. Final thoughts on the master of mind over mechanism, Prowl from Transformers Animated. I like the figure robot mode more than anything else. I like how they engineered him to be able to hold his shuriken, but he comes with 2, and so the other one, he can't hold it as well. I gotta dock it a point for that. But I do like that they made sure that he could hold 1. His posability is good. The appearance is good. The nods to the G1 version. I mean, they managed to keep all of that while taking away the truly animated aspect. And so I do think they did a good job with the figure. So the way I got it figured, I'm gonna give Prowl a rank of. I'm gonna give him an 8, and I'm gonna give him an 8 because it's the character bump of Prowl. I probably feel like the figure's honestly a 7 because of the fidgety transformation. I didn't really enjoy the transformation, even though that's, you know, I displayed my figures in robot mode. So, but if you ever want to transform them, it's not really the most fun. But it is Prowl, so I'm gonna stick with the 8. I like the figure. I like this aspect of the figure, which is mainly what I use them for, keep them for, display them as. So yeah, we'll give them an 8. See how it goes with further animated characters. Which I guess technically we kind of got Bulkhead. There'd be no reason to do yet another Bulkhead. You can just kind of stick them with Prowl. But yeah, he's not a terrible figure. He's got nice posability. Not in love with the transformation and the inability to actually hold both of his shuriken, even though he's shown on the box to be doing it. Kind of knocks him down a peg a little bit. So 8 out of 10. Okay, so this is our first year anniversary, and all month I'm going to be mentioning that. And you know, in the thumbnails for all the videos I'll mention that. So, you know, if you want to join in, haven't subscribed already, or you know, just your first time to the channel, this is what we do: action figure reviews. We do have other types of content coming up. Very shortly I'll have a top 10 Siege, War for Cybertron Siege video up. And we've got some G.I. Joe Classified coming, Star Wars The Vintage Collection, Marvel Legends, Indiana Jones Adventure Series. We're gonna be all over the place this month. So smash the like button and give me a subscribe, and leave me a comment. I love comments. I respond to all comments. That's probably like my main thing, comments. So yeah. In the meantime, guys, everybody stay safe, and I will see you all on the next video. Peace.
The way I got it figured.